Good afternoon, traders and investors. It's Will back here with another one. Hope you guys are doing amazing today. We had a very beautiful CPI print, which we've been calling for on the channel. So CPI did come in lower once again, manifesting the trend of the past 6 months of pretty much lower and lower prints every single month. So this was a very good thing. So as you can see, guys, the markets reacted very, very well to this today and maintained the gains throughout the rest of the day. So let's take a quick glance here at our inflation numbers here. So where is inflation, right? We can see that the overall inflation number for the month of June was only 3%. So actually, this is a very good number, right? But what is sticky here, guys, is a lot of your core items, right? So rent, and you have housing, groceries, right? So a lot of your core items here are still relatively high on a 12-month basis. So going to need to bring them down. Those are being offset by major declines in rental cars, airfare, and gasoline, right? Gasoline is also one of your core items here, but it is doing most of the heavy lifting to the downside. So the question is a lot of analysts are expecting a slight uptick on next month's inflation reads because we are in the midst of summer here in North America. So it stands to argue that people will be spending a bit more here on their groceries, restaurant meals, perhaps, maybe some alcohol, hotel rooms, right? People are traveling during the summer. So will we see a potential uptick in inflation? A lot of people are calling for it, right? That remains to be seen. If we do see a slight uptick, it would be definitely a temporary uptick, but could lead to some negative sentiment in the markets overall, coupled with potentially further rate increases, right? That is when you may get a temporary market turnaround for a few weeks. So just keep that in mind. So SPY holding up decent gains today. Where did they come from? They came from the whole market. This is what you love to see, guys. Broad market strength. So all across the board, except of course a few healthcare names that were bright red and Palo Alto Networks and technology that had a really bad day here. The rest of the market was very, very good on the day, right? You can see that on a one-day relative, all of our major sectors are in the green, showing once again, very broad market performance, right? 1 week relative, broad market, except for two sectors, healthcare and consumer defensives, which are down ever so slightly. On a 1 month running here, all of our major sectors, except for healthcare, our number one laggard, is currently in the green zone. So very, very good, guys. We've been talking about this for a while. That's what you want to see in healthy markets, not only your big tech stocks taking it up. So SPY, quick analysis here. Then we'll get into my portfolio and trades. So SPY, setting the daily higher low, confirming with a nice little push up here. So at this point, anything above 437.50 is just going to be another potential daily higher low. So keep that in mind. 437.50 is going to be your line in the sand level. Confirmed new daily uptrend, right? The weekly bulls also very, very healthy here, right? Where are we targeting next? Our little supply zone area up here, resistance levels between 450, psychological, right? And 460 levels roughly, okay? So just keep that in mind for SPY. The bulls are in full control, guys. QQQ, same thing, right? So daily uptrend is now once more confirmed, grinding up the 12 EMA moving average, this yellow line here, and doing a beautiful job, guys, here of pushing to a new 52-week high. So at this point, guys, anything above 363.84, 364-ish, let's call it, is just going to be a new daily higher low. Where are we looking on the weekly at this point? Look how far we've gotten away from the 12 EMA, but it doesn't matter. We are overbought, but this thing can stay overbought for quite some time, as you can see in past data here. Where are we looking? You remember this area from SPY, right? Where we were looking on SPY, this whole area that we're not there yet? QQQ is now above that area, so lead bull still. Resistance area is now your all-time high area. 380 all the way up, to your 400 range is going to be the next target, big area of resistance. So still a little room to make another push to the upside. QQQ bulls looking very, very, very healthy. No red flags currently for me. XLF bulls, great job, guys, here of pushing above our area of previous resistance. Daily uptrend now very, very much confirmed, right? Rejecting beautifully off the 12 EMA. That's why I love this indicator. So daily uptrend is now confirmed. The weekly uptrend as well is now confirmed in a significant way, especially if the week closes like this. keep an eye. We do have some bank earnings here on Friday, right? These are the following bank earnings that we have on Friday market before the open, right? So a lot of our major banks will be reporting. Friday will be a very, very important day for financials. But now that we are above the resistance zone, guys, I would not be opposed to having a potential back test and push higher. Next area of resistance is going to be your $35 range all the way up here. If we do pull back into this support zone right here, I'll be looking to write the $33.50 to $33 put in that little pocket right there. So great job by the bulls. We are just looking potentially for a higher low whenever this move does top out. Anything above 33.24 is your daily higher low. Healthcare still doing a whole lot of nothing. The weekly chart confirms this, right? So this, as I've been saying, right, we really need to hold key level 126.70, right? Need this range to keep tightening up. Usually when ranges tighten up like this, we get a very good breakup to the upside. Costco is a great example of this. Big tightening range with a bullish bias, right? Pops to the upside and just keeps going now for like 8 weeks in a row, right? Grinding higher. I expect that to be the same in healthcare, right? We've been tightening up now for a while, but we've been stuck in this range, guys, for almost 2 years at this point, right? So I do have a fairly bullish lean on healthcare. I did take a position on one of my favorite healthcare names, which is AbbVie, right? AbbVie doing a very, very good job here of making its bottoming process, right? So that is what I'll be showing you guys later on in the trades. But for now, line in the sand level remains 126.17. For now, doing a whole lot of nothing. Bulls need to confirm a new daily uptrend before we move higher. IWM doing a great job as well of breaking out of your resistance area. So whenever this move does top out here, guys, anything above 180.60 is going to be your daily higher low. Great area of support here. So if we do backtest this area, the levels for me, I'll be looking for probably 186, 185 in this little pocket here to be writing options on. Next areas of resistance are going to be 200 psychological pretty much, right? 200 psychological all the way up here. Got a little pit stop here around the 195 area, but bulls are doing a very, very good job here. Explosive names. Growth names have obviously been some of our lead bulls here over the past week, doing a very, very good job. So now the daily uptrend is confirmed and our weekly uptrend continues, right? So great job by the bulls. Keep an eye out for that. Dow Jones names holding on tomorrow. Big name reporting tomorrow. Pepsi. I did take a slight gamble on earnings for Pepsi. I'll show you that, guys, later. So some good head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders pattern here, holding the moving averages. They're holding near the highs. So I would love to see a final break above 34,500. I've been waiting for that to happen in a significant while now for pretty much the past month, right? So need to see that happen for the bulls. And at this point, guys, definitely cannot lose 33.7, but great job. Anything above that would be a higher low, potentially trying to set a daily uptrend within this range here. That would be the best case scenario. Bitcoin doing a whole lot of nothing. Not going to spend too much time on this chart, but as you guys can see, we are trapped. Excuse me. We are trapped now. So what I need to see either, right? On the weekly, it looks a lot better. This is a weekly bull flag, so definitely cannot lose this whole area here. Even if we do lose it, guys, it's not as if we set, significantly lower lows recently, right? So even if we do lose this a bit more, it would still be a weekly bull flag. But for now, on the daily, especially if you don't want to lose this area here, cannot lose 30,000, to 29,500. So what I need to see is I need to see the bulls crack this 31.5. The only way is probably going to be if we maybe get some crypto specific news, maybe some laxing in all of the regulation news that's been going on recently that's been kind of plaguing crypto, kind of keeping it subdued. So if we do get some crypto positive specific news, I think it will do wonders for crypto. But keep in mind, a lot of our crypto stock names like Riot, Mara, right, Coinbase even, they have been rocketing while crypto itself remains muted. So I would love to see a push above 31.5 here. If we do get that push above 31.5, like I said before, first stop is going to be around 34, and then the next stop is going to be around 37, right? So decent upside still for Bitcoin. Bitcoin long-term bulls are in full control. It's just as of recently, the daily really not doing too much, right? So Apple, looking at Apple right now, Apple, great job of saving the 12 EMA, guys. Saved the 12 EMA, right? At this point, This was pretty much one single move here. I'll give it to them. So anything above 183 was just going to be a daily higher low anyways. They did a great job of maintaining that, right? So now we are on the upswing once again. Pretty much cannot lose 186.69 at this point, guys. If we do something like this, right? Something like this, a bit higher and flush, it opens up for a daily downtrend. Daily downtrend would be weekly consolidation. It's a good thing we have tons of space on Apple for weekly consolidation, anything above there. So Apple, as you guys know, my target range is down here, 175 to 170 to be writing Apple puts. Bit too rich for me, remains to be seen what will happen, but Apple's healthy. If bears cannot capitalize when they lose the 12 EMA like this, there's not much that they are going to be able to do, right? They have to capitalize. If they don't capitalize, guys, they won't be able to send these charts into extended weekly down moves. So great job by the bulls. Whoops. Amazon, great job as well of saving that 12 EMA as well, right? So Monday, really a breakdown day here today. At this point, anything above 125.86 is going to be the level to watch to recapture that daily uptrend. We were kind of ranging here on the weekly. You can see it that we were kind of tapering off here on the move on Amazon. But what did it do? This is a weekly bull flag. Weekly bull flag at the top of the move. That is how you know that a stock still has strength and momentum. Keep in mind, Amazon is one of your major tech names that still has a decent amount of upside off the all-time highs to recapture. So if we do keep pushing higher, guys, if we can break this 131.50 area, we are going immediately to 135 and then all the way to 145, right, as our last area of resistance before we start moving significantly higher. So decent upside still in Amazon, in my opinion. My target range for Amazon, you guys know that I did write the 123 puts earlier in the week. This is my heavy zone if ever we pull back into there. But for now, as long as we stay like this in this massive uptrend without much pullback, I don't want to get too greedy on writing options, especially when I have long-term shares of something already, right? So keep that level in mind, guys. And obviously as resistance, 132-ish roughly, right? So need to crack that. But if we lose this area here, it would definitely be a confirmed daily downtrend for more weekly consolidation. And obviously so much space for weekly consolidation, guys, right? Google weekly consolidation is still underway here, but the bulls are doing a great job of playing defense. Anything above 116 pretty much is just going to be a higher low. That's what we're looking for. We are in a daily confirmed downtrend at this point, but the bears lacked follow through, could not push it much further than this area. I might have been expecting the gap fill, but they did not go for it. So the bulls doing a good job of recapturing almost the entire move down, guys. This is very significant, right? Very significant. And what I like to see is them doing exactly that. Recapture completely, set the higher low compared to this low down here, and then recapture the daily uptrend for more move to the upside here. If we continue to dip lower, you guys know me, I'll be writing options all the way down, but I was able to write the 123s on Monday and close them today for over 90% profit. So we have been doing really well on this is Amazon. We've been doing really well on Amazon, of course. Amazon I've been talking about, right? The 123s. Google have been doing very well with the 117s and the 115s as well over the past couple of weeks, right? So decent area. Need to see the bulls recapture this for them. Now, we're going to go over to Microsoft here. Microsoft bulls played hard defense as well, recapturing the 12 EMA today. The bulls have recaptured almost all of this second leg down. The bears had the daily downtrend potential and blew it. They blew it, right? We're not able to follow through. So when you see breakouts like this, guys, to the downside with no follow through, it lets you know, guys, that the bears are not in this for real. They don't want to commit significantly to these positions, right? Because what they're scared of is this. They're scared now that the market is broad. Right, so that's your worst case as a short seller, is to see a market broadening out in the way it has been. So great job by the Microsoft bulls. Need to absolutely hold at this point 327.50-ish to hold the lows. You want to see a reset of the daily uptrend to the upside. Resistance area, obviously the all-time highs. Microsoft juicy area is down here for me. right? So I can't personally be writing anything on Microsoft at these levels, but if I was a long-term shareholder, there's really no red flags, no need to cut the stock, in my opinion. If you're in this for the long run, I think that Microsoft will remain one of our market's outperformers for a very, very long time. They're one of the biggest and best companies in the world. Now they just need to reset the daily uptrend, but doing a great job of playing defense. Meta, monster, absolute monster. We are almost done with the gap fill here. So I'll show you guys the last area of the gap fill in case you didn't see it in previous videos. Last area of the gap fill, 317, 317, 318. We are quickly coming into that, right? Very, very, very quickly coming into that area, guys. So at this point, I really don't need to say too much on this chart. This is one of your most beautiful looking charts ever, right? Confirmed daily uptrends time and time again. Anything above 287 will just be a daily higher low for more upside. Absolutely no red flags for the bulls whatsoever here. Complete control on the weekly, complete control on the monthly, absolutely ridiculous monthly chart, right? So daily bulls are in full control. Resistance area 317, 318 for the gap fill. Meta as well, getting a bit too high for me now in terms of what I can do in terms of writing positions here. I've been waiting for the weekly pullback. It just has not been able to come to write options on. Weekly RSI is still slightly overbought, but we know these things can stay overbought for quite some time sometimes, guys, right? So just keep that in mind, especially when the whole market is broad. Really no need for Meta to sell off right now unless they get some bad company-specific news. NVIDIA bulls playing great defense, guys, right? So NVIDIA almost have a new all-time high here, right? So your area of resistance is obviously exactly where we are right now. The line in the sand level was 404.50, right? So the question was, were they going to set a daily downtrend or were they going to actually save the daily uptrend? Well, apparently now they've chosen to save the daily uptrend. Very, very good. I was looking out, guys. You know this 404 level was crucial for me. NVIDIA remains a stock that I cannot write positions on for the same reason as a number of other stocks. They're just too high for me. There's no real red flags for me. If you are a shareholder of NVIDIA currently, right, other than the fact that the weekly RSI is ridiculously overbought, but it has been ridiculously overbought and stayed. Look how long it stayed here, right, in 2016, 2017. So it can stay that way for quite some time, guys, right? No need to pull back unless you get some larger signs. The first sign would be losing the daily uptrend, but we haven't even lost the daily uptrend. The bears can't even capture the 12 EMA. You know, for God's sake, it's really, you know, the bears are just lacking follow through on any time frame. And I do think that a lot of short sellers, if you've seen the data, have been unwinding their shorts recently because it hasn't been profitable and they're scared of this. They're scared of the broad market rallies here, right? So anything above 404, guys, is still just going to be a new daily higher low at this point, right? And your area of resistance is all the way up here. Now, looking at a few more, Tesla doing a great job here today of playing defense. Really no movement here over the course of the week since Monday, right? Staying within the same price range right here. So holding the 12 EMA beautifully, right? Still looking for that daily higher low. Still have a lot of space. Anything above 241, still your daily higher low. Obviously, resistance is going to be higher up here within the 300 psychological range, 295. All the way to 310. This whole area is where I expect this move could potentially top out for your next weekly leg up, right? Looking for a weekly higher low, the same level, guys, right? The same levels. You're looking for a weekly higher low, and you're also looking for a daily higher low. That's when it's easy. So at this point, you know, we could continue to consolidate further at this point, but once again, anything above 240, just looking for something above 240, right? To confirm that. And anything above 240 is also your weekly higher low too. So Tesla bulls doing a great job. As you guys know, I've been writing options here in the 257 level for this week. I considered it to be a fairly decent level. My ultimate sweet spot is obviously down here, but with the bulls in such hard control here, gonna be tough potentially to get it. PayPal with a bit of a consolidation day today, right? We really topped out here, almost $72. Great job, guys, coming into this gap fill area, similar to Meta, right? So great job by the bulls here, recapturing the daily uptrend. Tons of space now. Anything above 560, right, is just going to be your daily higher low. It is also a now confirmed weekly uptrend. You absolutely love to see it. So the bulls are now back, right? The bulls are back. First weekly confirmed uptrend in so long, guys. Like pretty much since we've been trending back near the all-time highs, right? Haven't been able to confirm that weekly uptrend in a while, but we finally did it for the first time. Really looking forward to the weekly close if we can maintain these gains that we've been having over the past few days. But if we do pull back, guys, keep in mind, decent horizontal support right here. So we'll be looking for that pullback on PayPal. I have so many shares already, not looking to add to the position, but still I do consider, guys, that this is a very, very good opportunity. 77% off the all-time highs. I'm only looking for roughly $80 to $90 in terms of the short-term swing trade, right? So decent upside remaining to be had on PayPal. Now, AMD, Bull's doing a great job here of playing defense as well. Anything above 107, guys, right? 107 is we're looking for the daily uptrend reset, right? So higher low has been set potentially. Higher high, we're looking for a higher high to break our previous 117 area. So looking out for the bulls to do that. As you guys know, if you've watched the channel, I have been writing puts here in the 107 all the way up to 110 area. I don't mind AMD in these areas at all. My ultimate sweet spot is this green box, 105 to 100, but AMD representing some of the best risk to reward, still off 30% off their all-time highs. NVIDIA still at the all-time highs, and my other favorite name, ON Semiconductor, also at all-time highs, right? So AMD, in my opinion, great company. Still have some decent risk to reward, guys. Keep in mind, we are just looking for the weekly higher low. Potentially has been set already, guys. We've been consolidating for a while, especially if they confirm this daily uptrend, right? So that's why I've been going decently at these puts in this position here. Next week, I will obviously be writing, if we're still in this range, I will definitely be writing 110 to 107s, not even minding if I do get a sign, because I do believe in this stock longer term. Now, so guys, as you can see on the account here, for the year, we are now up to 59.76%. Against the S&P here, that's only doing about 15.6. So almost up 4 times the amount of the index here on the S&P. In terms of the NASDAQ performance, we are up. NASDAQ should be up on that extra percent. So we're up at 59.76. NASDAQ only around 33 probably currently. So almost 2xing the actual NASDAQ. And this is with being assigned positions that sometimes take a while to come back, with some YOLO earnings plays that I did make last quarter that didn't turn out too well. Those were really gambles, but I went for them. They didn't pay off this time, but a lot of them do pay off often. This time was just a decent pullback in a few stocks that I just mistimed, unfortunately, namely Airbnb, Disney, and PayPal off the drop off of earnings. So even with some withdrawals and some negative performance, guys, you can see that we just steadily outperform. As long as the overall market is broad and we're in a trending market or slightly flat even, this strategy usually performs quite well, which is 95% of all markets. Very rare you get a year like last year, which was an absolute recession. Right? At that point, you kind of just have to really sit back unless you're big into shorting. So with that being said, we're going to look at the positions, right? Today, a few new positions, the ABVI play, the Cloudflare, right? So NET and Pepsi. So ABVI, I'll just show this position real quick. ABVI 133s, right? So ABVI, one of my favorite healthcare stocks. 133s, decent area of resistance all throughout the past, right? Even last August when the whole markets were dropping tremendously. This has always proven to be a very decent area. As a whole, decent uptrend from the beginning pretty much of this stock's public offering, right? So very good chart. No red flags here, especially that I do expect a turnaround in healthcare as a whole shortly. And just, very good level here, even on the shorter term, right? Over the past month, this level has proved to have been quite solid. So I did go ahead and write the 133s all the way down here. For some decent premium, I got about 55 cents. Which is not quite 0.5%, but keep in mind, guys, I'm writing these on Wednesday afternoon, close to the close, only 2 days left of trading, decent premium. So on an annualized basis, that's actually a very good ROI. So quite happy with these two positions. If I get a sign, will not mind holding them at all. It's a very good company in my opinion here. Cloudflare, 61s, right? So net, as you can see, the stock was consolidating today. Big red day of 5.5% almost. Where is the 61 area? I'll show you guys. It is right here, right? So right at our support base. This has been used as support in the past, obviously before flushing for earnings, but I do believe that this stock has some decent fundamentals as well. It's in an up and coming industry, obviously. So I do think that now, considering the fact that we are still in a weekly bull flag, I do believe that this level has a very good probability of holding up, which is why I wrote the 61s. They did go up further in the day as the stock kept dropping, but we are still in a good position. If it does continue to drop tomorrow, I may even average into this position, whether it's the 61s or if I can find good premium on the 60s. So that was fairly decent as well. And Pepsi is my earnings gamble play. Do not play earnings with options unless you are an advanced trader and you know your defined risk. Pepsi is a stock that I've held in my long-term portfolio and do not mind owning more shares. So I wrote the 180s. Where is 180? 180, as you can see, once again, is at our base of support here. You'll notice that I always am writing stuff at decent support levels. So very, very good support here over the past 7 weeks. I expect that Pepsi will have good earnings, but if it doesn't, I do have a massive trend line down here as support as well. I will not mind averaging into the position more if I am assigned, but I think that tomorrow morning Pepsi should do fairly well. And we got paid 84 cents for that, which is roughly not quite 0.5%, but with only 2 more days of trading, the ROI on an annualized basis is very good. All right, so that's it for the new plays. Obviously, end phase, we will be called away this week on our 162.5s because we cannot roll them anymore. The premium just isn't there. Nikes, if they close above 107, I will roll it for an additional week. I checked today. The premium for rolling is roughly 70, 80 cents. So that will be decent premium. I will be rolling them into next week if we stay around these levels. And PayPal 71s, same thing. If we stay around 70, 71, right, I will, well, if we're under 71, these will expire worthless. But if we're over 71, I will be rolling them because we'll be close for some additional premium. We closed out all 3 of these positions. Tesla, 80%, Amazon and AMD at 90% profit, guys. Very, very good. You guys can see I wrote these earlier in the week. So we got filled on Tesla, $1.19. I closed them today at 25 cents. You can see it right here. So 80% profit. Use the buying power to roll over into the ABVI position, right? And if Tesla somehow drops tomorrow, I'll be looking to write the same amount of options positions here for more than 25 cents to optimize just to get the most premium possible. AMD's wrote at 60. As you can see, right, we did close them here at 6 cents this morning. So 90% profit. All done and closed. And our Amazons here wrote them at 48 cents. We were able to close them at 4 cents. So just over 90% profit too. So all in all, very, very decent week here. Quite satisfied with our performance. Total cash amount will probably be between $700 and $800 at this point, with the fact that I'm closing end phase, that I got $210 for in premium, plus all these options contracts that I currently have running and or closed. So all in all, decent week. With tomorrow, I may be able to bump it, probably able to bump it up to our $1,000 minimum for the week. But I did go fairly heavy early into the week because I knew we had CPI coming. And on Monday, we did have a quite red day. So I was potentially waiting for some more downside, which we did not get. So went a bit lighter this week, but I'm all satisfied with that, guys. Great, great, great performance overall. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you will like the video and potentially subscribe if you learned anything, or if you like me showing my trades, if it helps you, right? So if you have any questions whatsoever, always feel free to write something in the comments and I'll do my best to answer all of your guys' questions. So once again, guys, take care, have a beautiful night, and happy trading for the rest of the week. I'll see you guys after the close tomorrow. Take care. Peace.